What's good, y'all? A video idea popped up in my mind, and I was just finishing out this walk, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead, instead of postponing it furthermore before I forget and new ideas come. I said, let me go ahead and rock with my people for a second, man. I seen some guys talking about bloodline this, bloodline that, like you can't create your own line and this and that. Well, I'm gonna give my take on creating your own bloodline and what it means to like have a bloodline, like what group you in. Now I feel like it's I feel like it's really almost two options. You got continuators, and then you got people who create their own bloodline. And basically continuators are guys who basically will take blood that they buy. Like say David Tent had some dogs and they bought 2 dogs from him. They'll take them dogs and breed them together, and now they continuing David Tent dogs. And I feel like continuing eventually turns to your bloodline. It just takes longer, but that's continuation. So like they got kennels who got dogs straight from Tent, and they just take them and bred them back together, and they just keep breeding it back together, and they basically just continuing his bloodline. You know what I'm saying? The stuff he had going on. Now if you take that blood, that same blood you get from a dog, man, and you outcross it, say you get that red boy Jocko, you outcross it into some Bolio, into some Eli, into some balls, and you get dogs out of that. You show that those dogs are successful, and you have those dogs either way, successful or you just have them, either one. You know, it becomes your bloodline because you're breeding it your way. You changed it up. You're doing your own thing, and it's that make it completely different from what the breeder is doing. So even if the breeder is doing something similar, you still got your own dogs and you're breeding it your way. So it make it to where it's your bloodline. So for it to really be your bloodline, you have to start mixing it into a way where it's your line. And over the years, your name is going to be all throughout the pedigree, and it's going to be blended how you blended it. So it's your bloodline. And also another thing to take note of when you're creating your bloodline. Hold on, let me let these people walk. Keep on shaking. Y'all, we didn't walk him out now. We've been running. Yeah, we've been running, and now he's a little wore out, and we've been walking. We probably walked 2 miles with him, and he ate this morning. So, but anyways, I don't like talking around guys, random people walking by. But yeah, so okay, so when you get like say you go get dogs from Tom Garner, and you just keep breeding them back together, and it's all his blood. You just breeding Garner dogs, you know. It just ain't came from you instead of straight from Garner, you know. But if you take them Garner dogs, boom, breed it into a Ready Red dog, and now you got some kind of Chinaman dog, Cottonham, whatever you know, and you breed it into a red boy Jocko from me. Now you're creating a whole different dog, and then you want to look at the characteristics that your line gonna be known for, you know. And then once you find the characteristics and you know what your dogs bring to the table, and you're able to keep that family up and breed it a certain kind of way, you maintain that percentage, and you maintain that percentage, you try to maintain those traits, then you know you got yourself a bloodline, because you know that you're producing these traits on these particular dogs on a consistent basis. You bred it how you wanted to breed it. You know, your own blend. And now, and the last and the most important part of that is to show that it's working blood. You know, i.e. weight pool, confirmation, shit like that, showing that it's quality blood. So So that's how you really create your own bloodline. Now, if you can create it off just breeding somebody else's blood, and it becomes yours, but to me, it strictly takes. That's when you're more looking at 3 to 4, 5 generations, or at least three generations minimum, where it's really yours. Because you know you still breeding, but you know people still gonna look at it as growing dogs, or such and such dogs, because you just took their dogs and bred them together and bred them together and bred them together. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't be lazy with it, take your time with it, carefully select different blood, put them together, see what you get, you know, try it out, see how it is, see what it do, see what we win, and from there take the best of the best and blend it with a relative that's bred similar, that's doing some of the same things, you know, whatever characteristics you're looking for. I don't know, gameness, mouth, this and that, if you want them to have a nice frame, structure, head. Because a lot of fanciers, they don't look at conformation, but that's a good aspect too. You want them to have a good size head, good structure. See what I'm saying? And that gives them, you know, kind of the body, you know, to accomplish certain goals, you know, the frame. And you can kind of look at a guy like, man, you built for a running back, you built for a wide receiver, you built for, you built to accomplish different tasks. So that's just things to look at, things to kind of ponder on. I feel like, you know, you want your own bloodline, you know, take different blood and put them together. You see what I'm saying? Now even if it's one breeder and the breeder is selling different blood and you put them together, but you put it together different than that breeder is doing, even though it all came from them, then I feel like that's, you know, your own blood. Like, say for instance, if I'm breeding pure Red Boy Jocko and then I breed pure Eli, and you take and breed them together, then that's starting to create your own bloodline. Now I feel like even with the mixing of the blood and developing your own strain of dogs, I feel like you still need minimum 2 generations, if not 3, to truly like call it your own. But because that first generation, you're just now establishing the mix, the hybrid vigor. The second generation, which is kind of like this dog, the second generation, you kind of you line breeding, you putting half brother back to the half sister, you putting like a uncle with the niece, you know what I'm saying, where they might be, you know, the bottom side of the niece might have something related to the uncle from his mom's side, and shit like that, where it's kind of tied into each other, but it's a little, you know, it's a little different, shit like that, you know. You wanna kind of create your own mixes, man, for the most part. You know, they got kennels like, matter of fact, shout out to Wackamal Kennel. Like him, I mean, they bred, you know, basically let you Chavis dogs, and but they've been breeding them so long, it's they blood, Wackamal. You know, I damn near, you know, we say Red Boy Jocko, but it's really, them dogs is so far in the back, those really are Wackamal dogs, and that's what they call them now. You know, so after a while, the dogs way in the back, they really supposed to disappear. You got to get closer to the new dogs, because at the end of the day, imagine if you've been dead, you know, because, you know, we live way longer than dogs, so we can't say just 80 years or 40 years or 30 like dogs. Let's say, imagine you've been dead for like 400 years. They still calling your grandchildren after you, and here your grandkids did all kind of different mixes outside of the family, and they, you know, and they don't look nothing like you no more, but they still named after you. It's kind of like the dogs, man. It's like, you know, them dogs so far away, you need to call it more of what's up close than what's behind. So with that said, you know, so Wackamal would be an example. At first, I'll say he was like kind of a continuator. You know what I'm saying? He was continuating the blood. But now he been doing it so long, it's his blood, you know. it's his blood. So really, no matter how you look at it, after you have the dogs for so long and you've been breeding it your way and this and that, it's gonna become your blood one way or another. You know, I mean, technically it's your blood when you first get it, but it's low-key not, because, you know, if you purchase a dog from a breeder, that's technically they dog. Well, it's your dog now, but it's technically they dog. That's why a lot of them keep their name on the paperwork, you know, where their name is, the kennel name is in front of the dog name, because they could have just kept that dog, but they let you purchase the dog, and you became the new owner, and you was able to then use and represent his dog, his or her dog. So with that said, the further you get away from the original guys who bred the dogs, and it become more and more your blood. So it's almost like a trickling effect, you know. It's kind of like, I breed this male, and the dogs is 50% his blood. I breed his son, now it's 25% his blood. I breed his grandson, now it's 12.5. That's how it is with the breeders. So it's almost like that. It's almost like you 50% own it, they 50% own it, because they could have just kept it. It's really their stuff, you know. Then you do something different, now it's 25% they stuff. You do something different again, now it's like 12.5. You do something, so it get the more, and eventually they get so far away past 6.25%, which is the 4th generation. They get so far away, it's like they don't exist. So it's like dogs is in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th generation. You're not worried about it. You know, I tell you, if a guy send me a pedigree and it say Blackberry Kennels all through 4 generations, even in the 5th, and then I go way back and I don't see Floyd Boudreaux till I get to the 7th generation, I mean, only thing you could say is, with a lot of guys, what you say about your new blood, you say it goes back to the Boudreaux dogs, but but it's, you know, it's my blood that I created and this and that. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as it's both people bloods, and the more you breed it, the more it go back. So you can continuate it and you breed that exact same shit, and you maintain them exact same type dogs until with time it becomes more and more yours, or you can outcross it and it's like something exclusive that you did right from the jump. So to me that's basically it. You know, that's basically the two options. You know what I'm saying? They got just like guys, you know, you breeding pure red boy dogs, you know, you continuing like some of them got the Hollands red boy, continuing Hollands work. They just breeding straight Holland. Some guys got the Boomer dogs, they continuing Sammy the Arab work, you know. So then you got guys like me. See this dog come down from Sammy the Arab Boomer, but he got other stuff in him too. So this ain't really like continuing his work per se, even though it has a percentage of this stuff in it. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all boys stay up. That's my take on having your own bloodline, breeding your own dogs. What's up, boy? What's up? I done finally got this dog to show me a little love when he see me on the chain. He wag his tail. He actually showed me a little love. What's up? Look at him wagging a little bit, that little light wag. So yeah, man, you know, all in all, you know, you own a dog, it's your blood. The longer you own it, years and years and generation after generation, the more is more and more blood, the more rights you is to call it your blood. So like this dog here, we are, let me see, 1, 2, we 2 generations in on this dog. So if this dog get bred, we'll be 3 generations in. So like I said, it's more, this dog ain't pure. He's not pure on one bloodline, you know, which is the red boy dogs been bred together so many generations, they became their own bloodline. So he's not pure on that. So this dog here is a representative, of our bloodline. So that's my take on the Bloodline. I used y'all. I helped use y'all to get me another, I guess, another mile walk in. So I don't know, no, I'm lying, not a whole mile, but close to it, walk in. So we're gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna actually wash this dog up and bring him inside and let him hang in the house a couple days, man, and just chill inside. And believe it or not, some of the best dogs are house dogs. House dogs be the smartest. They don't be scared of nothing. They be the most outgoing. So remember that. Don't be afraid to give your dog love. You know, some of these guys, just remember, don't be afraid to give your dogs love, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And with that said, man, appreciate y'all. Anybody show us love and support. And keep, you know, spreading good news in the dogs. Keep doing your thing. Keep blocking our haters, blocking our enemies. One thing I learned, and you should do, don't announce your future plans to guys, because they'll put into the universe, you know, a block, try to block out, try to cancel it. They'll try to. It may not work, but they'll try, you know. So keep your goals, your plans to yourself. Keep your circle tight so you don't get infiltrated. And anyway, stay up. Much love. One.